board of directors at Western Nebraska Regional Airport are on the search for new restaurant operators after the owner of the flight deck says she's taking off. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in Western Nebraska and Eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, 6 months after opening their latest business venture, Tammy and Dave Relka say they're no longer going to be operating the flight deck restaurant out at the Scottsbluff Airport. The Relkas had operated the flight deck since 2015, but after opening a second restaurant this past spring, they informed airport manager Ra Laguayo late last week that they were exercising their option to terminate the contract within 60 days. Tammy Relka told the board today that she had to dip into her own pockets after losing $10,000 in the 6 months that they were serving breakfast at the restaurant.
As soon as we started doing breakfast, you have to pay, your payroll and different things and keep all that stuff, So that is the number one reason why we chose to vacate, is I couldn't lose any more money.
The airport will be advertising soon for a new restaurant operator, and officials say 2 individuals have already expressed interest in the space. Meanwhile, Airport Director Ra Laguayo provided an update today on a number of issues for the WNRA board. Aguayo said the board contractors today started the airport's federal project, which is seal coating and new striping for the primary runway. He says that means the 12:30 runway will be closed for the next 30 days.
It's closed so that the stripers can get in there and start removing the stripes. Once they remove all the current striping, then they'll go in and reseal it with a tar product that dries pretty fast. It's not sticky, and what it does is it just brings some more life, just like a chip seal on a road would. It just adds life to the runway, and then they'll come in and put brand new striping on top of that. So that'll happen on the primary runway, on Taxiway Bravo, which is the parallel to that runway, and all the connectors.
The project will force SkyWest and those aircrafts under 60,000 pounds to use the 523 crosswind runway. He also says that meeting with FFA officials regarding that runway did go well, and even though the feds want 2 additional repair proposals, he's confident they will ultimately agree resurfacing the existing pavement is the best, most cost-effective alternative. The board also approved their 2019-2020 budget that will ask property owners for a little more than $1.2 million in taxes. Well, coming up after the break, some heavy rains across the region last night, and some more precip could be in our forecast over the next few days. Bill Boyer has your full week forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Hi, I'm Kevin Wick, Assistant Vice President at Platte Valley Bank with your Mortgage Mythbuster of the Week. Some people think that purchasing a home is more expensive than renting. The truth is, with interest rates so low, there has never been a better time to purchase a home, making your monthly mortgage payment lower than a rent payment. The mortgage lenders at Platte Valley Bank are here to help you find the right programs to fit your needs and your budget. Stop in today. No question is too big or too small.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Name one other restaurant that makes their barbecue with brown sugar bacon and sauce with Kentucky bourbon that's been aged in charred oak barrels. Charred oak barrels, people. And we have a drive-thru. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Looking pretty nice out there this evening. Sunny skies continuing. Winds are going to come down. They've been pretty strong. They will come down this evening and lead us into a very nice night. Lows dipping down into the 50s. A couple upper 40s can't be ruled out. Now we're going to see an isolated storm around tomorrow. Could see some strong to severe ones. They'll be more widespread on Wednesday. Circle Wednesday as an active day on your calendar. Much cooler conditions coming Thursday. It's going to be breezy at times, pretty raw, and then we're going to warm up and have really a spectacular weekend coming our way. 75 yesterday and a morning low of 49. That's right at normal for a low and a few degrees below our normal for a high. We ended up with some more precip out there, about a little over 1/3 of an inch. We're almost at 0.8 now for the month. Over double where we should be, and we're 17 1/4 now for the year out at the Scottsbluff Airport. So things have been very wet in those areas. 70 right now in Laramie. It's 82 in Denver. Hastings checks in at 80. Norfolk, same temperature as well. 82 right now, Ogallala 85, and Valentine 80 over in Torrington. Winds, we've told you they've been pretty gusty coming out of the west, northwest, 15 to 20, 25 miles an hour at times. We've had some gusts even higher than that as well, but things are starting to calm down a little bit here as we go through the evening hours. Severe weather threat, we got some to talk about. Not necessarily today. That's going to be well off to our east in eastern portions of Nebraska. Tomorrow, though, that changes. We already have a slight risk of severe storms all across our area from eastern portions of Wyoming through most of the Nebraska Panhandle into north central Nebraska and south central South Dakota. Primary severe weather threat's going to be gusty winds and hail, and they're going to be isolated storms tomorrow, but those that do form are going to be capable of becoming quite strong. And we push that threat of severe weather just to our east on Wednesday. We're going to be dealing with a lot more thunderstorms on Wednesday, but less in the way of severe weather chances. So futurecast for tonight, we have nothing really worrying about anything tonight. Not much in the way of clouds, not much in the way of precip. An isolated shower tries to work its way in here late tonight. I don't see that happening for most of us. Lows upper 40s to lower 50s. Then for tomorrow, we have sunshine to start the day. A few late day clouds are going to come in, and an isolated chance of a hit or miss thunderstorm going to roll across the region. Again, they're going to be very isolated, but we can't rule out a couple of them tomorrow. And if they do form, they will have the potential to become severe, especially here in our area. And highs tomorrow primarily in the low 80s. Precip, if you get under one of those thunderstorms, we can't rule some out. Most of us are going to stay dry. Look at portions of South Dakota with some heavy rain up in that vicinity. So tonight, widespread clear skies for the most part, partly cloudy, occasionally winds coming down, 52 for a low. Tomorrow we're going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies, but an isolated severe thunderstorm possible. Right now about a 30% chance. We may up that a little bit. 83 your forecast high for tomorrow. And our 7-day forecast has temperatures well into the low 80s as we go on into Wednesday. Then Thursday, look at that, windy, cooler. We may struggle to get to 70, back to near 80 on Friday. And take a look at this weekend. Sunshine, low to mid 80s, even some upper 80s sneaking in there as well. Precip chances really come down after tomorrow as we see very little in the way of precip all the way through the early portions of next week.
Okay, nobody panic! Change the temperatures! We train for this!
These aren't your average squirt some sauce on them and call them barbecue sandwiches. The bacon is hand sprinkled with brown sugar, and the sauce is made with Kentucky bourbon aged in charred oak barrels, and the meats are perfectly smoked.
Oh no! Arby's, we have the meats.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Welcome back. The Gearing City Council tonight will hold a public hearing on their 2019-2020 budget, which comes in at a little more than $34 million. For property owners, the city is asking for just over $1.4 million, nearly identical to the property tax revenues from the previous fiscal year. City Engineer Annie Folk will be discussing development of standard procedures for the utilization of tax increment financing, as the city currently does not have any guidelines on the process. The council will also be making some changes to compensation rates for a number of positions inside city government, including a 1.3% cost of living adjustment for certain staff. Well, the University of Nebraska systems enrollment dropped 1.4% to a little more than $51,000. Enrollment at the flagship Lincoln campus dropped 1.9%, UNO down by 1.8%, UNK by 0.8%, and enrollment at the Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture in Curtis is down 1.2%. System officials do say that enrollment is up only at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. It has reached nearly 4,060 students for a 2.1% increase. And the Nebraska Game and Parks Commission is accepting lottery applications for mountain lion permits until September 27th for the 2020 hunting season. Hunting will only be allowed in the Pine Ridge, which has an established mountain lion population. Up to 8 mountain lions may be killed by hunters in 2020, with up to 4 of those being females. Once 4 mountain lions or 2 females have been taken in one of 2 subunits, the season in that subunit will close. More information about mountain lion hunting regulations is available online at outdoornebraska.gov. Well, straight ahead, big wins Friday night for both the Chadron and Scottsbluff football teams. Chris Cottrell has the highlights right after this in sports.
We've been an ALA customer from the beginning, 15 plus years.
Almost 15 years.
15 years now. They live here, they work here, they give back to our community. That's very important to us.
It's the difference of night and day between our old internet provider and ALO.
Having that reliability and that speed is extremely important.
Nobody matches that speed.
It was a game changer.
ALO came to my site and helped me resolve an issue. At that point, I knew ALO was the company that I wanted to stick with.
Bye, Mom.
Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Now, sports from the First National Bank Sports Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
We'll start the week with a rewind from Friday night. It was a big night of high school football here at KNEB. Here on KNEB.TV Friday, Chadron used a big second quarter to win on the road at Alliance. The final score was 32-13. Chadron scored 26 points in the second quarter to take an insurmountable lead to the locker room at halftime. Through 2 games this year, the Cardinals are averaging 39 points per game. They've only given up a total of 19 points in their 2-0 start this year against Gordon Rushville. And now Alliance. Chadron heads to Broken Bow this week. Alliance, they'll be home to take on Hastings. It'll be a good Hastings team that Alliance will face. They just didn't look that good on Friday night in their top 10 battle with number 2 Scottsbluff. The Bearcats ran for over 400 yards for the second straight week to open this high school football campaign. They dismantled Hastings the final 47-12. They dropped the running clock on the Tigers for the entirety of the fourth quarter. Sebastian Harsh, big game, well, monster game really. That included over 300 yards of total offense, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 3 passing touchdowns. The running game we knew would be elite with Harsh and Jacob Krull, but now guys like Caleb Walker, Luke Rohr, and Josiah Diola showing they can be dangerous in the passing game. Scottsbluff also getting dominant play along the offensive and defensive lines. The Cats travel east again this week to play 2-0 Grand Island Northwest, who handed McCook their second straight loss to start the season on Friday night. Hey, it wasn't a win for Gering, but plenty of improvement was shown in their 28-6 Week 2 loss at Seward, according to their head coach, Josh Hyatt.
Much improved. I really liked what our kids did as far as battling with their effort and attitude and the way they played. Not happy with the result because we're on the losing end of it. We'd rather have been on the winning end of it. We told our kids that, and they know that they want to win too, and it hurts them. We told them this week, though, they feel it a little bit more, and you can see it on their faces because they battled all week long and all game long. They went toe-to-toe with a good football team.
That was from the post-game show with Jeff Kelly, Coach Hyatt, Friday night on KNEB. Gering will look for their first win of the season coming up this Friday, trying to get a get-back win at home. On tap, it'll be the Torrington Trailblazers. Big night of high school sports coming up tomorrow here at KNEB. That Scottsbluff Alliance softball game, you see, that's been moved from Alliance to Scottsbluff due to the field conditions after some rain at the Alliance field. Coverage now starts at 6:45. Originally would have been 5:45. They've moved the start time back an hour. 7 o'clock first pitch. You'll have the TV side tomorrow night right here on KNEB TV, Allo Channel 15 and Mobius 1500 with high school volleyball, North Platte visiting Gering, and Jeff's got the Shadron at Gering softball matchup from Oregon Trail Park tomorrow night. That'll be on 101.7 The Trail online as well. Junior college volleyball tomorrow night. The Highway 26 matchup with WNCC playing their first home match of the season against EWC. That'll be first serve at 7 tomorrow evening at Cougar Palace. That's the latest for our update today from right here at the First National Bank Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan comes back here in just a moment to check the KNEB.com community calendar right after this on KNEB.TV.
You said yes. Together, you planned every detail. You married. And then you realized 500 square feet just isn't enough room for two. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. You decide to add another to your family. You start reading parenting books. You're amazed that such a small human could need so much space. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver and a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flight. Finally, while visiting Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
It's the time of the year again for the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. Last year, we traveled across the Panhandle and into eastern Wyoming to recognize over 50 students for their achievements in and out of the classroom. Let's revisit what they had to say.
Northfield Elementary 3rd grader Yesenia Mercado Paramo was nominated and selected for putting in long hours to get up to speed. At the start of last school year, she was only reading at a kindergarten level, but worked through recesses and even phone sessions with her teacher over school breaks so she could read at the same level as her peers.
It was amazing. Every time when I get home, I start reading a book. And when I start reading a book, my mom helps me. And every time that I mostly don't miss that much words, I'm proud of myself.
To nominate a deserving K-12 student to be recognized for being a star student, you can find nomination forms online at www.pvbank.com.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
And finally tonight, the Bayard Public School District is embracing a movement that started in Ralston and has worked its way into the western part of the state. The Be Kind for Life movement embraces the 4 pillars of kindness, where kindness includes, kindness encourages, kindness celebrates, and kindness trusts. Students today kicked off homecoming week festivities with team-building activities with Josh Erickson of Team Concepts, and says those 4 pillars of kindness are resoundingly impactful.
By being kind, you have the ability to save somebody's life and make their life better for living every single day. Every one of you is extremely powerful to save people's life and to make their life better.
During today's team-building activities, students learn to work together to reach common goals together, and Superintendent Dr. Travis Miller says that his hope is students use the skills learned today to promote an emotionally safe student experience for all kids in the district.
You know, it's really important that every student feels welcome, and we want every kid in our school to feel a sense of belonging and a sense of shared purpose. And so we're working really hard with our teachers and the students to try and make that happen. We know that every day is a challenge for every individual, and we just want to make a culture that supports one another and try to be the best that we can be day in and day out.
Miller says they have asked the mayor to officially proclaim this Friday as Be Kind Day in Bayard, and the school board will consider that proclamation tonight. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.